All right. Good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the Monday training. Hope everyone had a good weekend. If we can, as usual, if you don't mind, if we could put a one into the chat if you are new to Dub, two if you're returning, that would be fantastic. So one if you're new to Dub, two if you're returning, that would be great. Kyan, welcome back as always. Kurt, welcome back. Christopher, welcome back. Okay, great. Looks like we have a few returners in here today. Let's see. That's funny. All right, Christopher, let me pop over to you. How are you, Christopher? Can you hear me okay? You can unmute yourself if you'd like to. If not, you can say hi in the chat.
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Good.
Yep.
What's going on?
Oh, not much. I've been using it quite a bit with injunction with Follow Up Boss now, and I love it. It's a great platform. One of the things I need to get going is my library of videos, I guess, when I send out a video.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay, got it. Like the kind of backstop of different kinds of videos for different kinds of clients.
yeah, that and the uh, the little chat thing, the AI chat thing for FAQs, I guess, too, would be
Oh,
good to
yeah.
know.
Sia. Yep. The Sales Interactive Assistant Sia. Yeah, you can have a number of different Sias for different clients. What's your industry again, Chris? I'm trying to remember what you do.
Real estate.
Real estate? Okay, got it. Yeah, and then you do buyers, sellers, FSBOs, expireds, all the above, or what are kind of your lean in?
Yeah, everything residential basically, buyers, sellers, and yeah, expired FSBOs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think, the biggest thing with SIA, and I'll just jump in right here, and since we've got a bunch of returners today, let me just pop into this really quick here. Um, can you see my screen?
Yes.
So if we want to look at SIA in terms of its functionality, in terms of what it does, one of the biggest reasons is you send someone a dub video, obviously it's going to be on the landing page here, over here to the right.
Hmm.
Also, technically send SIA as a link by itself. So if you do have someone that is interested, maybe you're having a chat back and forth about a property, you can send it like this. See how it's a link in an email?
Hmm.
When you click on this, you can say, "Hey Rob, here's my AI assistant. Going to talk more about the properties that are in the or whatever the topic is," and then it just opens up like a chat GPT, except it's like sales GPT, like this.
Okay.
So that's another use case for it. Most of the time, it's heavily used here. So if you want to set these things up, what you want to do is go inside of Dub, go to the assets section to the left, click on Sales Assistant. And then I have a few in here, but it would be the blue plus button over here to the right.
Okay.
What you do is click that to create a new one, and I'll just click the edit button on this one so you can see it. And you just give it a name. This could be, your seller assistant, this could be your buyer assistant, all the different categories we talked about. And then when you're ready to educate SIA, just take website links if you have them, individual pages that make sense. It could be obviously listing of properties. What SIA will learn when you put these links in here is what's physically on the page. It can't watch videos, can't click on sublinks. Whatever is physically in text on that page, it will learn. So you can do website links, and you also can load up right down here a PDF file. So you can basically copy and paste. You could do, I think it's is it Control F, Control P? I forget the alt where you can copy every text on a website page, and you can pop it into a PDF, and you can do both or one or the other. And then in here is where you create the FAQs. You can have up to 20 of these.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then you can change the order. You can grab this little one here, move them up and down, whatever ones you want to show. And then down here at the bottom, what's your default message? Hey, listen, thanks for connecting, whatever it is, you want to put there. And you can also ask for their email, phone if you want to. Maybe their email, if they bounce out of the conversation, you have a way to connect with them. And then you can push them for something at the end. So whether it's always the same thing, whether it's booking a time in your calendar, checking out more properties, a link to a different website, whatever you want to do, it can push for that. So I would say if you're getting ready to set these up, just have them set up like we talked about. Buyer, seller, FSBO, expired.
Gotcha.
Like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then just attach it to the presets. Um, did you get your setup yet, Chris, in terms of your account? Did you get set up with your buttons, your pages, all that good stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. I got all the basics set up. for sure.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then from real estate wise, have you done any property walkthroughs with picture in picture? Have you done real estate updates where you're the bubble on the website? Have you done any of those kind of styles?
I haven't done that yet with the mobile app. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but I plan on doing that. I have done some CMAs
Yep.
that I've sent people and just showed them comparable sales in the area and walked them through those.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and shared my screen that way. And I've done market updates
Okay.
where I've sent those out to people using the tabs and just showing them different articles or, you
Okay.
know, kind of what the hot buttons are right now.
Yeah, that's great. Did you use the annotation tools at all, like pointing things out with the arrows and underlines and things?
Yeah, yeah, I love that.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That's you using it the way you're supposed to. I think the biggest thing is, like we talked about, is the animated GIF. What does someone see for that first 3 seconds?
Hmm.
And some now that's a big part of it. So,
And that automatically just happens, right? As far as that the first 3 seconds are just picked up right when you start, you mean? Or
yeah, you as soon as you hit record and does the 3, 2, 1 countdown and it goes,
oh,
whatever you're doing for
okay.
the first 3 seconds will repeat. You can technically take within the editing tab inside the Dub platform, you can take a different part of the video and move it to the front as the GIF. But, and you can always upload another thumbnail, but for efficiency purposes, when you're recording a bunch of these, it's nice to just know you're ready and then do
Yeah,
it and then move on.
right.
Yeah. So that's a big part of it. Well, cool. Well, listen, let me know if you need anything else throughout. Chris, pop anything in the chat if you do.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for coming back in.
Yeah.
And let's see, Courtney, let me pop over to Courtney. I saw Courtney come in. Hey, Courtney, if you can hear me okay. Nice to meet you or see you again if you've been in here before. How are you?
Hi, good. This is my first time. So,
Oh, nice. All right, we got a first time person here. It's great. We got some returners as well. So that's how are you, Courtney? What's your industry? What do you do?
well, I have a photo booth company and a company that books live musicians.
Hmm.
And I've had Dub for a while, but I mostly use it to create videos for my team. Like, this is how you put this together and
Sure.
stuff like that. And I used to use it more when I was DJing. I'd send like videos to clients.
Yeah.
But now what I want to do is I want to create a marketing campaign,
Hmm.
quote unquote. I want to send out like a email and video to all the vendors offering them a discount if they use us. And I just don't know where to start. And like I
Okay.
said, I've been in Dub for a long time, but I am like, I have no idea how to do this because
Well, let me ask you a couple questions. What do you have for your CRM? Do you use a CRM? CRM?
yes. Well, I use DJ Event Planner still, and I have been using HoneyBook, but I'm just like I'm really frustrated with HoneyBook. Nobody, the client doesn't like it,
Yeah.
and so I'm thinking about undoing that.
Okay. Well, if you have are you on the Pro plan with Dub or Pro Plus? Or what do you want?
That's a good question. Is there a way that I can check?
Yeah, let me see. Let me put this in
Like
here.
I said, I'm probably grandfathered into some old plan.
No, that's cool. Yeah, the reason I ask is because the difference between the two is with Pro, I mean both plans have the CRM within Dub. You can just use Dub as a CRM. Or you can copy and paste into what you've been doing with your workflows. Or you can do bulk sends within Dub if you have the Pro plan, but you can do automations if you have Pro Plus. So you can do campaigns for both, but with Pro Plus, if you send a campaign out, it's all automated. So it could automatically go out on a Monday and then a Wednesday, then a Thursday. And if someone takes an action within those areas, like if they just view a page or they click on a button or they watch a video, they could be taken down a different path with different videos or different emails. So
Okay.
yeah, that's just really just kind of a choice of that. But in terms of the style, like if you're reaching out to vendors, do you just have a list of their emails for the vendors?
Yeah, I just have a list of a bunch of vendors and wedding planners that I've worked with. We also own a catering company.
Yep.
So I have a lot of people.
Okay.
And I don't know what happened was we were like super busy in April and May, which is supposed to be slow season,
Yeah.
and then June hit and I have one event. And I was like, what is happening?
Okay.
So I feel like if I got the word out that I could book more, and I don't know if I need to repeat like a lot of emails. I just have to reach out and and say, "Hey, I'm offering you a discount," or you could keep it for yourself or give it to your clients, whatever.
I
Um,
think something like this. Let me share my screen. I think you could do something like this. Let me share.
Also, I could use Dub as my CRM and then get rid of those other two because I'm not really DJing anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not an extra charge to have the CRM. So you have that right now. I'm sure maybe you're probably on the Pro, but if you wanted to do automations, that would be Pro Plus. But you could still do like a bulk send. You know what I mean? Within Pro, you just have to schedule it. Whether you do it right then, whether you do it on a certain date. The advantage to the automations is if someone takes an action, they can be taken down a different path and then shown something else. So there's that sequencing.
How do I figure out what I have?
Yeah, you can just if you just go inside your Dub account, it'll tell you. But I can probably let me try to look you up right now really quick in here. Let me just see if it's under your name. If not, it just might be under email. Let me see.
It's probably under Hampton Entertainment.
Yeah, let me see. Hampton at what? Gmail or
It's no, it's Courtney at, or it could be info at hamptonentertainment.com. I set it up so long ago. I'm in here and it says like your settings. Maybe that's it.
let me try here. Hold on.
I think Courtney at Hampton Entertainment is the one I
I
use.
got it. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, Pro. Yeah, Pro plan. So you since 2020, Courtney. That's awesome.
Yeah, like I
And
said,
so, yeah, yeah. No, so I would say, definitely you could use the CRM. You could do your bulk send stuff. If you ever wanted to upgrade, we could give you a quote on that to Pro Plus to do automations. But either way, I would maybe try this style. Let me just show you this right here. If you
okay.
haven't tried this yet, especially with trying to do a discount to different vendors. See this right here? Can you see my
Yeah.
screen? You record from the basic webcam recorder inside of Dub. And all I do here is I have the Dub mobile app on my phone. But since you're sending it, you could record one thing to everybody, to all the vendors, and say discount for you. Or something, some message on there about the discount that's for them specifically. And then you
Mhm.
put it into Dub, you load up all your contacts with the CSV file, you do that, you just follow the process. We have a whole training video on it where you could have, hey, first name, and it has the person's first name, has a little banner across the top of the video that says their name. So I would think about a phrase that you could do that would make sense for all the vendors.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. And then you put that little beginning like intro with their specific names and then it connects to the rest of the video.
Well, in your case, I wouldn't use the name because, it's a discount for the vendors. I would put the vendor message on here because they'll get the first name when you do a bulk send. If you're doing it in bulk, then within Dub, it'll say, hey, first name. It's like a little token, you drop it. I'm sure probably the CRM you have now probably is something similar where it will take the contacts and it'll say their name, but you want to be able to record one video. So you don't, you're not recording a bunch of videos. You just do one that says this discount is for you or claim this discount or one time only or some kind of maybe FOMO kind of thing that makes that happen.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
how you would record that, just so you can see it kind of in action, is inside the Dub dashboard here. If you click on the red camera icon at the top, that's going to open up here. And then this is your webcam. So if you want to record, you can even add a virtual background behind you. So if you have a cool visual of like, something that you want to add, you can upload images in here. I'll just grab this one right here, just as an example. So you could technically do an image here and do the phone. So you can do both. So what you can do is grab the Dub mobile app on your phone, and then there's a little button. See this like whiteboard button right there? You see that
Yeah.
square right there?
Yeah.
Click that right there. That's where you can type. So all I did was I could say like something like this. I could say your discount. I could do something like this and then turn it like that. You could do one of these. And you don't have to
Uh,
use the virtual background. You can turn it off and just do
no,
this.
I love that.
you know? But it's something simple that you can do to record. And it's really about what's on that phrase, moving it into frame, because remember, it's the animated GIF, the first 3 seconds. And I think that would work. I would try that one out, because you're just recording one video. It's not like you're recording a bunch. And you can send that out to all the different vendors and see how it goes?
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. Anything on your mind, Courtney? Anything else?
Um, well, I'm just thinking about this whole CRM thing now. So here's the thing. I have a photo booth company. I have a booking agency for live musicians, which is a DBA.
Mhm.
And I also have a travel business.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of subscription where I could use the CRM for three different businesses, or do I have to set up three different dubs?
Well, we could give you a discount definitely on multiple accounts. If you had something that said Courtney Inc. and Courtney Inc. had the same email, same title, same company, but it did three different things, then it would just be presets. But being the fact that it's probably different names, different emails, you know what I mean? So it would be different Dove accounts. So we could give you a pretty deep discount on the other ones. Just when you're ready to do that, we could definitely do that for you. But it would be per account for different businesses.
Yeah, because I don't have a CRM yet for my travel business, so I'm just getting that one started.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
to start in here, I also have I have a 300 email list for that company.
Okay.
So I got a ton of emails, but we haven't launched yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I would start with the if you want to do this too, here's the I've put this in the chat before, but it's feedback at Dub. So if you want to record like a test one and send it over to us, we can always give you feedback like with the discount one and the message in the video if you'd like. So
Okay,
yeah.
awesome. That's great.
Yeah,
Thank
very cool. Well, good to see you back in here, Courtney, and thanks for being a Dubster for so many years.
you. I'm afraid to like change my subscription because it's probably going to get more expensive. Like, do
Well, I mean, let's see, 2020, yeah, I forget what price we had back then, but yeah, you're probably good.
yeah.
So there you go. No, that's cool. Well, just let us know what you need.
Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah, good talking to you, Courtney. And let's see who else popped in. Let's see. Kurt, did I chat with you yet? I don't think you have. My brain's still on Monday working. How are you, Kurt? Can you hear me okay?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. So I type two. I've had a Dub account. I set it up a couple of years ago and then didn't use it for a couple of years, and now I'm back. So, but that doesn't mean I know a darn thing about using this thing. So that's why I'm sitting in today.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
So I guess a couple of questions. I had a mini training session with goodness.
Eileen, Rena, Ina?
I think it was Eileen, and
Okay.
she's awesome. So that was
Yeah,
very helpful.
cool.
But nonetheless, it made sense when I was on the line with her, and then half an hour later, I come back to try and do the thing on my own, and I'm like, what did she say?
Right.
So a couple of things. I guess my first question is, I'm having an issue trying to use a virtual background
Hmm.
where like the edges of my head and the edge of my chair blurs out.
Sure.
And then when I try and put like somebody's name on, Eileen showed me the trick that you were just talking about,
Yep.
where you put, someone's name on your phone using the
Sure.
Dub app,
Yeah.
and then my phone blurs out. I've tried like, and my video camera is not that old. I mean, it's a
Mhm.
Logitech Brio from like 2, 3 years ago. Maybe
Okay.
it's outdated. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I've tried to turn up the light right on my face and darken all my blinds and turn the light off in the background. I do
Mm.
not have a green screen. And the reason I want to use a virtual is my home office is really not set up to really have a very nice background. And so I'm trying to get by with a virtual. Do you have any suggestions on that note?
What's your industry, Kurt? What do you do?
I'm an executive recruiter.
Okay, recruiting. Okay, got it. So and you're reaching out to what, C-suite folks, or are you doing LinkedIn outreach?
Well, I guess I don't understand the nature of your question.
Like,
Like,
do you reach out to people on LinkedIn, like within the industry, certain whether it's managers, hiring people, like who are you reaching out to?
both sides of the equation. So it would
Okay.
be C-suite or just under as the potential client.
Yep.
But then obviously with recruiting, we have two audiences, right? So then the
Yeah.
other side of the equation are the potential candidates.
Okay. So for the ones where you or have the phone, you're using the name. Were you putting their name on the phone? Is that what you're trying to do?
That's what I was trying to do. Yeah.
Okay. And you because I'm thinking you could is like a workaround. Well, here's a couple things. And then I'll kind of give you a suggestion maybe in
Sure.
this. I would say with the basic webcam recorder, this one here, I have a flat background behind me. So I'm in the
Uh-huh.
corner here and I just have a little light that sits here. So when I use the virtual background, I make sure my edge blur, I'm going to click virtual background. See the edge blur thing here that I'm moving left to right? You see that?
Gotcha.
I make sure that's all the way down. But as you
Okay.
can see, there is a little orange around my shoulders. And the further I go back with the light, the more it's going to be like this. So I try to have a good ring light in front. Do you have a good front light?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Okay. Do you have
yeah,
objects in the background or no?
um, one of the things that I do notice, so I've got a tall desk chair and like the backrest kind of gets in. Should I like sit on a stool or something that doesn't have a backrest to get in the way there, do you think? Or
Yeah, I think that would probably help because the cleaner it is, the better. Just because,
yeah,
Zoom has the most incredible virtual backgrounds ever. There's been millions on them. But, for us, this is, I think the best you can do is good front light, clear out the back behind you, and keep all of your movements within your shoulder line in here.
okay,
Don't go outside the shoulders.
gotcha.
You could technically, if you wanted to, as a workaround, if you're reaching out to someone here on LinkedIn, you could do the Chrome and then do this. You could come in here, Chrome extension, put yourself on the page like this, right?
Yeah,
Here. Now, in here, you're a little smaller. So your virtual background might not be that big of a deal. If you're on the page, it's like a different distraction. If I said, hi, let's just say Chris, right? I'm gonna use Chris as a name here. You could do one of these. So I could
mm-hmm,
hit record like this,
okay,
hit record here, and you still kind of get the same effect like this. Hey, Chris, this is Rob. I wanted to reach out right over here and send you this quick video because I want to talk to you about recruiting. And there's something I noticed here. Let me jump in. Anyway, I'll hit save on that. And the animated GIF, I think you'd still get the same feeling and you're on their profile, which would take away
yeah,
the attention from the bubble in terms of worrying about the background. Takes a minute to load, but I mean, see what I mean? So
yep, yep, I
so
do.
maybe that would be kind of a workaround
Okay.
for you if, getting rid of the background and kind of cleaning things up there if that doesn't work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll play with that. So that segues nicely to my next question.
Yeah.
So what I was talking to Eileen about is um, do like how to present an opportunity. Let's say we're for the moment, let's say we're our audience are candidates rather than clients, okay?
Yeah.
And so the question was, how do I do a video and talk up the opportunity and the client
Hmm.
at the same time do a personalization? And I think what I understood from her and kind of what I hear from you is
Hmm.
I should do like one, but I don't want to have to record. I don't want to have to re-record the video 50 times for
Sure.
50 candidates,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So do I record just one video talking about how wonderful this opportunity and this client is,
Hmm.
and then like I could do like you just did to get their attention, put their LinkedIn profile in the background
Yeah.
and do a hi and then make just that the intro, like check this out, and then do you attach the from the library the video that talks about the actual position?
Yeah, I would do this. I would use, so let's say, all right, so for the candidates, I would record one video one time that would work for any candidate in any industry. Like just general, like, hey, listen, this is the opportunity that's gonna blah, 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 blah. So you record one video for all the candidates, right? But
Okay.
it's like your hype, you know what I mean? It would make sense to anyone that would watch it. The thing that you can always say in the video is like you could say as part of the script, this candidate right here is a high-end, this company right here is a high-end company. It's just what you're looking for. So you keep it in generalities in terms of referencing what company you're talking about.
Okay.
And then what you can do is you could go like this. You could take the Dubb desktop app. Okay. Let's pretend Ruben is the owner of this company that you want the
Mm-hmm.
candidate to check out, right? So go to the Dubb desktop app, which is right down here. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
And then go narrator video. Okay. So what
Okay.
you would do first is you would record direct to your webcam with a teleprompter or not. If you want to use one, great. Deliver that exact video the way you want to deliver it on a webcam, right? Save it inside the Dubb library. Okay.
Okay.
You could even do a little, this is for you. or something. If you wanted to, it's general for any candidate, okay? You save that into Dubb, open the Dubb desktop app, click the narrator video. Let's just pretend that, here, I'll put this in just as pretend. Let's pretend this one. Let's just pretend this is the general video to candidates, okay? So
Mhm.
what you're going to do is this is a pre-recorded video now. So I'm going to open the desktop app. I'm going to go to custom. I'm going to crop around this to get it exactly how I want it. Okay. Just like this. And we have a full training on the desktop app. Here,
Okay.
here. So basically what you're doing is you're choosing different companies and you already have the video recorded that you need. It's right here. And you can use it across any company because the message is general. So when you put it on here, you just hit record, and now the pre-recorded version is going to do the talking like this.
Okay.
Welcome into this video on how to use Dubb descriptions. From the Dubb. So imagine it's saying all that messaging that you want for the candidate, and all you need to do is look up the companies that's for that candidate and just put this on the top of it, click save, and then you're going to have that video.
Okay.
So you,
Or
yeah, good.
Or you got me thinking as an alternate, what if in the video I got specific about the company and the role, but what I did so I don't have to re-record and still get their attention is instead of putting the company in the background, like you just showed,
Yep.
what if I put the candidate's LinkedIn profile? Because
Mhm.
isn't that supposed to be a good attention getter too? Someone sees their own profile and they go, "Hey, whoa, wait a second."
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a big part of it. If you're trying to reach out to a candidate and reach out to them and say, look, this company is looking for, I'm not sure of the messaging yet, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big part of it too. You could do two videos. One could be an initial hello on the candidate's thing, so that's the first thing that they see on their LinkedIn. And then you could say in the pre-recorded video, check out this next video. It's about the company that I think you'd be great for.
Okay.
And then you could maybe record another general video about companies within certain industries that would work for any company within that industry. And then you have two pre-records. You're not recording a bunch of videos.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so the master, I'm going to call it the master for the moment, video might be, hey, we're looking for a regional director for this great company
Mhm.
that does all these wonderful things.
Yep.
Um, and then if you did any customization to try and get their attention and get them to view the video, you could either do the white screen like, hey, Bob. Now
Yep.
you'd still have to record that portion, that intro 50 times, but I wouldn't have to read the full script, right?
Yeah, you could technically do that
I,
too.
I could just do the,
Yeah.
hey, check this out, Bob. Hey, check this out, Phil,
You could
Um,
technically do a bunch of those and whatever you have a bunch of Bobs, you have a bunch of Janes, you have a bunch of,
yeah,
you could
good
always do
point.
that as well. And then and you could always separate like the uber most important ones that could be personal, if they're super important, and then kind of have a different layer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You've given me some good ideas. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, sweet, awesome. Yeah, and like I said, send them over to I put it in the chat, feedback at Dubb if you want feedback at all. So
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then Kyan, I'm going to come over to you in 1 second, and then let me pop over to Chris. Chris, I know you had your hand up, and then I'll pop back over to Kyan. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I think you kind of clarified it with the virtual background. It looks like you're better off having a blank space behind you and just being as close to the camera as possible.
Yeah, it's really the best kind of way. The less cluttered it is, the better light that you have. It really works in terms of just for our virtual background. You technically could use the mobile app, which has a virtual background as well, but they're both similar in terms of the quality with the light and what's behind you. Yeah.
With the mobile app, I know you can do different clips with that and stuff. And with the like shorter clips and then kind of put them all together. You can easily do that on the desktop too, right? As far as different clips.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Clips are pretty cool. They enable you to kind of storytell in a different way, and you can kind of take it piece by piece, which is interesting. So,
How do you throw in your library of
say it again.
videos?
Say it
How do you add in your library at the bottom? our videos.
You mean in the mobile app?
No, on the desktop.
Oh, here, let me share my screen. So let's say desktop here. Let's record a video. Here, let me open this. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna hit record here. Here we go. Each clip's got to be at least 2 seconds. So I'm gonna hit the save. All right, there's our clip. Let's record another one just so we have two in here. Record. There we go. Okay. All right, so I got two clips. And then what was your question, Chris?
Okay, how are you adding those down below there? I'm sorry, I'm missing that.
Yeah, so basically when I first start this, here, I'll start over. When I open the Dubb desktop app, right up here, here's the menu, right? So I'm
Okay,
going to click record screen because I want to record what's on there. So here I am. And then I'm going to hit record. I'm getting my 3, 2, 1. So now I'm recording. I can pause or resume. Here's my timer up to the top right. I'm on 4 or 5 seconds. I'm going to click the check mark. See that right there?
okay.
And then when I click that, that's when it goes here because that's the clip that I just recorded.
Oh, okay.
And if I want to continue recording, see these icons down at the bottom left?
Yeah,
This one all the way to the left is record screen. It basically takes me back to where I was. This one is a webcam recorder, webcam style. And then
okay.
this one is Dubb Narrator, which is would go to your video library and you play a pre-recorded video on the screen. So those are the three
Okay.
options to keep recording. So whatever one you choose, it will bring you right back to where you are, hit record, and then you're just going again, just like that.
Gotcha. And then those are all just go together. Okay.
Yep, and then you'd merge them by clicking the edit button. That's going to merge these clips, and then you can download the MP4, you can upload it into Dubb, and you even have a little editor in here where you can edit and chop things out.
Okay, and along similar lines, as far as having videos down below the main video that you're sending to somebody,
Uh-huh.
how do you do that?
Oh, you mean the playlist?
The playlist, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So basically, when you're on here and someone clicks on your video and they're on the customized landing page, this is the playlist below. So what you would do is you would go inside here and then you go to the main homepage here, and then you would go under assets, and then it would be presets right here.
Okay.
Click in here, you just choose the preset. What customized landing page do you want to edit? So I'm going to grab this one, edit, scroll down, and see where it says playlist right here.
Okay.
And then you can basically delete and add. You just need to have the videos in your video library, obviously, to make the playlist. But you can delete, you can change the order, you can move them around like this, whatever one you want to go first, second, and add as many as you'd like. And then just scroll down the bottom, hit save and close, and you're good.
And that's under preset. Okay.
Preset. Yep. Preset is the customized landing page, and it has all these elements on here. SIA, playlist, buttons, logo, all that good stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Cool, Chris. All right, so let me pop over to Kyan. I know Kyan had a question about, I think it was the whiteboard. Let me see. Can you draw a picture, for example, on a whiteboard in the Dubb Chrome extension or the Dubb desktop app? That's a good question because I myself am an artist, and if I can't draw one, this is going to be pretty funny. I could actually have an iPad. I could draw something on my iPad and hold it up. But let's see, if I went to here, let's actually give that a shot. If I went here, let me click share. Let's go Chrome extension screen recorder right up here at the top. Let's open it up. And let's open our annotation tool. Where's the annotation tool? Actually, hold on. I think it's hiding. There it is. Okay. So let me get rid of myself for a second. Let's see if I can actually draw something here. Let's go. Try this. Draw. So we got the draw icon right there, Kyan, right there. Let's see. I'm going to draw a little house. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it's slow. Yeah, probably need a little bit of practice on this. Sorry, guys. Do you hear that phone call? Let's get rid of that. All right. So probably need a little bit of practice on this, kind. I haven't really used the drawing one a lot. Seems like it's a little slow on here, but I think you just drag it and do your thing. But yeah, technically you can draw. Mine doesn't look very good, and I'm an artist, which is kind of funny. But anyway, it would take a little bit of practice. So the answer is yes, you can draw on there. Uh, okay, so let's see, Tammy. Uh, hey Kurt, I'm a headhunter. Oh, that's awesome. I love the crosstalk. That's fantastic. That's really cool. Um, okay, let's see. Okay, so Tammy, other tips for getting folks to watch video thumbnails. Let me come over to you, Tammy. I would say, Tammy, can you hear me okay? Let's see, you can unmute yourself if you want to. If not, you can, comment in the chat. But what I was going to say was the biggest thing about the thumbnails is really about what what kind of draws them in. So for something like this, if it's one to one, the name has always worked really well, obviously, because that always works good. But like we were talking about before, industry specific stuff where if you did have a conversation with someone, even if it was one to one, and you had an interesting conversation about one thing, you could put a follow-up having to do with that one thing when you're reaching back out. Also, with the bulk sends to people, you want something the whole crowd can relate to, the whole group. So if you're doing a bulk send, is it about rates? Is it about a webinar? Is it about a date? Is it about like what is that one thing that everyone would be curious about? And that's really what this style would be about. And that's the point of this whole thing, is to have a message on there that resonates and you have movement to the animated GIF that's somewhat interesting. You also could do this style here. And this is what we were talking about with the Chrome extension here, right here. And this obviously is giving context. It's all about giving as much context as we can to try to get them. It's like when you see a YouTube thumbnail, is it interesting? So for this, okay, I know it's a market update. I'm smiling and pointing at it. That's inviting. Let's get them to click on this. It could also be a Canvas slide or a video or a document or a contract or something that shows what it is about. There's some kind of preview to this thing. So I think movement, smiling, having some motion, and giving some context. This gives context as well. Like Sarah obviously knows this video is about her. She doesn't know what it's about yet, but she knows it's about her. You can also do something like this. If you have the mobile app, it has a picture-in-picture function. Now, a lot of real estate folks like using it for property walkthroughs, but you can use it for any kind of style video. So depending on the industry that you're in, you could take your phone with the picture-in-picture, bring up your laptop and have an interesting way where you're leaning in and you're on the camera as well. So there's just you have to take into account the movement, what does it look like visually, and what's the overall message to get them to want to click and to see what it looks like. And I think those are kind of the biggest things there. And obviously industry specific stuff that you're relating to. Um, let's see. Tammy, I kicked off sales using video. They were opening the email but not watching the videos. Just a video preview, so they will see it's me talking but not working well. Not spam. Let's see. Not spam was an ID for me. I think they think it's spam. Tammy, if you want to send me over, here's my email address. If you want to shoot me over your video, feel free. I can always take a look at it. I think, Tammy, what's your industry again? If you can hear me, if you want to type it in there, or you can unmute yourself if you want to. But I'm trying to remember the recruitment, right? I think.
I'm headhunting, and this is on my sales side. I started doing sales, and I've been using it in video for candidates a long time.
Yep.
And it's on the sales side, so I'm selling to people who do not know me.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, and they're opening my email, but they're not watching the video.
What kind of style are you doing for the video?
I'm recording on my website. So it's me and they see me talking and they see my website. So I kind of got the idea, maybe you gave me an idea to hold up the phone and say not spam.
Listen, you could say, what industry are you in?
Right? Like I'm not spam, I'm human.
No. But what's the industry you're recruiting in?
Construction.
Construction. Okay.
And it's specific. Like I'm selling to electrical, I'm selling to mechanical and concrete. So I could identify specifically the sectors.
I build, I don't spam. Something like you could do
there
something
you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
ChatGPT needs to bring me home ideas, I see.
You gotta do it because these little phrases make a difference. And I would say, when you're sending these videos and you say on your website, are you inside a bubble on your website, like Chrome extension screen recorder? Is that what you're doing?
Huh? Yep. That's where
Okay.
I'm at, right
Okay.
on my website.
Okay. So, but when you're reaching out, do you ever use their, like the contractors' sites or the companies you're reaching out to?
Hadn't tried that yet. This is new.
Okay, I would do that because even though it's cool they know about you, everybody always loves to see their own stuff. So like what I would do is since it's so specific, what within the industry is it concrete you said? Give me this specific again.
Some of these, like the what I sent out last week, I spent specifically like I handpicked companies to target.
Yep.
So on those videos, you gave me a fantastic idea to record on their screen because they would know I was an individual and I'm on their website. And look, one of the companies has a 15-page manual application on their career page. So I literally could start out my video on their career page in their 15-page application and they would probably open that. So that's a wonderful idea.
Perfect.
Um,
Just find something specific because the moment it's specific and you're even pointing at it, that's even better. You know what I mean? And
right.
then you can just lean in. So way better.
Well, they would know that's their website and that I'm not some spam, right? I was
Yeah.
kind of shocked. I have more going out today, so we'll see how my opens on sales goes. I handpicked folks and did specific things on Friday, and they didn't open them.
You can even well, you could even do this too. Like there is let me show you this. So inside, let me go here to videos. I'm going to share my screen in a second. You also can add another layer to this, and it would be something like this. All right, so let me grab this. Let me just grab this video right here as an example. All right. So when I go to send this in my email, right? I'm going to click share and send. See this right here, enter personalization text, right? So what you could do is say something specific here. Like I'm going to say, just as an example, look, Ruben, look at
And
this.
I'll send that and try it to myself through here. I haven't used through here yet. Last week I used just my Gmail. I have a tracker,
Okay.
the mail suite tracker on it, so I
Okay.
just used it.
Okay. Well, if you do something like this, you can add a banner. See the banner right here? Ruben, look at this right here.
Oh,
So you could
yeah, I
even get
hadn't
more
tried
specific.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could literally target those and say, let's talk about your 15-page application on your career page, right?
Yeah. Say 15 pages, dot, 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 or a solution or,
Well,
yeah. Yeah.
no field construction guy's gonna fill hell no, I don't know anyone that's gonna it's 15 pages and it's 12 pages of a hard fill out, like
Mhm.
lost your mind fill out.
See, I also think like in general with all these videos, regardless of the industry, the one thing we've found over the years too is if you're gonna send someone a video, what's like the aside from all the interesting stuff we just covered in terms of the GIF to get them to open it and give them some context. Cool, they open it, they start the video. What's like the one thing that's gonna come out of your mouth immediately that is gonna be interesting for that person to either know or you have a question for them? Because I feel like no matter what the audience is, if you're telling me something that's different and I'm like, I didn't realize that, I didn't think about that, you know what I mean? And maybe there's some kind of document below where you're like, look, I'm just making you aware of this because this is what we do and check out this thing below. You know what I mean? Like, what's that thing that you're telling someone that's interesting? You know?
Okay,
That's what I would think
I'll
about
think
because,
of those for my header too. I
yeah,
didn't know
because a
that's
lot
how the
of,
header works. I'm excited now to use your system and do the header. I haven't got to the platform fully yet.
okay. When did you start, Tammy? When did you start to do everything?
I've been in it a couple of weeks now.
Okay.
And I just started sending the first sales videos this last Friday.
Okay. I would lean into this area here. So within Dub, if you haven't checked it out already, it's really good. So within here, over here to the right, under training to the
Huh?
right, see this second link right here, watch training videos. If you click on
Yeah.
that, this is a pretty orderly academy we have here on how to do everything within Dub.
Okay. I've
And
started watching a lot of those um as I go along. I need to just shed out a couple of hours and really dig into it.
yeah, well, you have a
You know,
good
as
use case
business
right now.
owners, I'm watching just enough I can do what I need to do and get it done, and then do a
Right.
little bit more and get it done as I wear four more hats, right?
I know, seriously. I mean, like we all wear hats that have different lids. Like there's a lid here, there's a lid here, there's a lid here, there's a lid on the back. You can just
Uh-huh.
spin the thing around.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
like all business owners in my game, if you're remote, it's like, okay, I got to go fix my hair and do videos today. I don't need to do hair today. Right. Yeah.
Totally
The
agree.
videos have put a new phase in me getting ready for work.
That's fantastic. Well, I think just like the rule of thumb is there's a tech for every use case and what's the right one. And I think what you just, kind of discovered here, I think is a great one to test. So yeah, just start making those and I would keep them short. The video is super short. If you
Well, my
have
videos
one,
are, my goal is that they're a quick intro is a minute and a half.
Mhm.
And they're going to go up in some groups today. And my long one is 3 minutes.
The long one's a full explanation of what you do.
Yep.
And you have that in your playlist. I would
I
put
think.
this here. Like when you make these videos, like and
Uh-huh.
someone clicks on them and they go here, this video right here where it says hi Sarah, this is your short one that we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is this cool thing. Like all the stuff we
And
just
then
talked
I'm
about.
I'm putting my second one down below.
Right.
It's
You
my
have
plan today.
okay. Yep, have that second one be that nice juicy one where it kind of explains everything for someone.
Okay, perfect. I thank you for your help today.
Yeah,
I'll
of
be in
course.
these each week.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, let us know how it goes. That's pretty cool. All right, everyone. Listen, hey, thanks for popping in today. Anybody have any questions before we go? It was nice being able to jump into some specific stuff for everybody. But does anyone have anything before we head out for the day? Going once, going twice. Anybody? Anybody? This training will be up on YouTube, Dub Support. So it'll be up probably in the next, I think by the afternoon, depending on the day. But you can always go back and watch the specific stuff. So, but as always, thanks for coming in. It's always fun to have people in here, and we'll see you tomorrow if everyone comes back. Bye, guys.